Was this the most popular piece of merchandise at D23 this year? And if so, how's it so much better than these other ears? Today I'm going to be taking a look at all three and giving my opinion on them. D23 is the largest Disney fan convention held every 2 years in California. And it took place the other weekend from the 14th to 16th of August. It's a ticketed event and I've never actually been, but I believe ticket prices can be quite high. The event also has its own range of merchandise. Some of this was limited exclusively to people at the convention, and this year there's been a lot of drama, certainly among the ear collectors, about this particular pair of ears. But the Disney Store did release a range of products online, in both the .com store and the UK store. And as they anticipated, it would be a very popular shopping event. They had a waiting room that you could get into 15 minutes before the 8 o'clock shop drop. So from 7:45 you could join the waiting room, and then you would be randomly assigned a number in the queue, basically. And I was there at 7:45 and got 22,000 something in the queue. So I didn't actually get onto the store until I think about 8:30, at which point one of these pairs of ears had gone. And the first pair of ears to sell out were the Princess Diaries ears, and these are to commemorate the 25th anniversary of the film's release, which was in 2001. So the most striking thing on the ears has to be the tiara in the middle, which has a mix of pale green and silver stones in, and it has lots of sparkle. And then the ears have like a thin voile net material that covers them, and they're embroidered in a metallic thread with a little floral pattern. And this is reminiscent of the dress that Anne Hathaway wears in the movie. And on the sides they're embroidered with the gold thread again. It says, "Meet a princess?" Shut up. Shut up. No, I can't do the impression. I haven't seen it for a long time, so I can't remember how she says it. But that's a famous line from the movie. And it says Princess Diaries 25th anniversary on the label here as well, with a picture of a crown. And the colour of these is, I wouldn't say they're white, they're more of an ivory. So against my dirty white t-shirt, you can see they're a bit warmer in colour. Might as well try them on. Still got the label on at the moment. So why was there so much drama surrounding these ears? Basically, I think they were just much more popular than Disney anticipated, and they didn't have enough stock to fulfill demand. And I've heard that at the D23 event, you also had to have like a time slot to go into the shop, and I think these were sold out within the first morning of like a 3-day event. So people at the event were annoyed, and then people online also got cross when they sold out within probably minutes. And I think the thing that's annoyed most people is that straight away there were lots of listings that appeared on eBay where they were being listed for like $350 and more. I think one pair I saw, they put $795 or something ridiculous, although that listing is now gone. And that's quite a markup considering they originally sold for $36.99. So rightly so, the fans that truly wanted to buy the product did feel very disappointed. And if you can find these ears on shopdisney.com, even though it's a sold out listing, you can see the reviews. People are expressing their opinions on the whole fiasco of this release. So if you were able to get them at retail price, then consider yourself lucky. And if you did buy them all just to sell on at a huge profit, people are not happy with you. So that's the scoop on these ears. Sound off in the comments whether you were affected by this release. Did you get them? Did you not get them? Did you miss out? Did you not want them anyway? I've been keeping an eye on the eBay listings, and they seem to be selling for around the £200 to £250 mark at the moment. Seems to be where most people are getting the sales. There's still quite a few listed up in the $300 range, but I think those prices will come down. And I think there's at least 30 pairs on eBay at the moment at those high prices. So I think someone's going to have to bring their price down if they want to sell them. And the word from the Disney store is to keep checking back on the site. There's not been an official announcement about a re-release, but they're telling people to just keep checking back on the website, which is what they sometimes do when they're not planning a re-release, but things might come back in stock if people return them, in which case it would only be a few pairs, as I don't expect many people to be returning them, not once they realised they could sell them for £200. What would you pay for them? Would you be tempted by the reseller prices just to get your hands on them? Or would you stand firm and say, no, I'm not paying over the original price? So the next pair I got was actually the pair that I'd originally really wanted before all the drama about these ones. And these are the Esmerelda 30th Anniversary Ears from Hunchback of Notre Dame. And I fell in love with these ones instantly when I saw the promo pics, and I was really hoping that they would be online so I could get them. So I was very pleased to see them online in Disney Store UK. And as far as I know, I've not seen any other Hunchback ears or Esmeralda ears that are official releases. Certainly not in the last 5 or 6 years when I've been collecting. I don't remember seeing any official ones, and that's part of the reason why I was so excited to get them, as this was one of the key films for me growing up, and it was released at a time when I decided I wanted to be an animator. So I remember getting it on VHS and studying the animation. And the ears themselves are very pretty. They're in a mix of purple and lilac with a bit of pink. They have a satin finish with a bit of a gathered fabric look on the top half of the ear. And then these little gold bits are like large sequins. They don't really move around too much, so I was worried they would be moving and making a noise like little gold coins, but they're fairly stationary, so they're not going to irritate. And there's also stars printed on this fabric as well, if I just move the bow. And the bow is actually quite an interesting one, as it has 2 layers to it, and it's also quite a different material than they usually use for bows. It's like a thin sort of voile, I think that's the right word, on the front layer. And then at the back, again, it's quite a thin crepe type fabric. It's nice because it feels like it would be something that Esmeralda would wear. I was going to say like a peasant thing. That doesn't make it sound very nice. It's fitting with her character, is what I'm trying to say. And the bow also has the sun and the moon, which I can't remember. I assume that's from her costume. I'll have to look it up. Then they have a gold trim around the outside, and on the back it says Esmeralda with the confetti. And being a fan of the animated film, I remember the confetti of that film was a big deal because it was one of the first uses of CG, and it was the first time where they could do such large moving crowds and have all these little bits that were moving. So it's nice to see that on there. And that confetti is actually embroidered. And then on this ear you have her tambourine. And then the headband is a deep turquoise colour, and then printed in gold on the side. It says Hunchback of Notre Dame, 30 years. Might as well try them on. So this is what they look like on. And then the final ears I got were these ones from Atlantis Lost Empire 25th anniversary. And again, this was a film that I remember when I was at university studying animation, and it came out then. So I remember watching it several times and being inspired. And these ears are in faux leather, and on the front here, I can't quite tell what it is. It looks like it's metal, but it's probably like a shiny plastic. So the front of the ears are made to look like the journal, I believe. It's been a long time since I watched the film, so I can't actually remember all the details. But I think this is the symbol from the book that Milo carries. And then the bow has the colours of Kida, with her crystal in the middle and the ancient Atlantis like symbols in a blue. And there's also a few beads there either side of the crystal. So it's reminiscent of Kida's necklace. And again, this bow has a couple of layers to it. It's like a blue satin at the back, and then wrapped around that is like this pink ribbon. And there's also a little gold trim on the bow as well. And then on the back of the ears, there's some ancient some ancient script from the Atlantans. And on the side, 25 years, Atlantis, the Lost Empire. Try these ones on as well. And this is what they look like on. There were some other ears released as part of the D23 collection. There was a 101 Dalmatian pair, which I thought were quite similar to an existing pair. So I didn't get those ones. And there's also a couple more pairs that have not yet been released in the UK. So I think it's a Wally pair and an Alice in Wonderland pair that are coming out on, I think, 14th of September in the UK store. I am a big collector of Alice in Wonderland, but I'm not sure about these ears, to be honest. The whole Alice part of the collection just seems the wrong colours to me. It's in like cream and green, and I don't know, I'm still thinking about it. But I think possibly those ones are already available in the US. But for now, I'm very happy with what I've got. Let me know in the comments which pair of these ears is your favourite, and whether you got anything from the D23 collection. Please like and subscribe if you'd like to see more of my Disney content. Thanks for watching.